it's the Tutor here. Today I'm bringing you a very special video where I'm going to be talking about the Soul Stone. It seems to be part 1 of 5, obviously, if you guys know what the Infinity Gauntlet is, and there's several different stones, one of which is the Soul Stone. It looks like it's going to be upcoming in this new Spider-Man set that's coming out later this year. So let's kind of go over it. Let's look at this video quickly of what the Magic the Gathering Twitter account showed. So obviously there's the Infinity Gauntlet, and this is the Soul Stone. And it's in for black, and you guys might be wondering, available September 26th, you know, what does the Soul Stone does? Okay, we're going to be looking through Twitter a little bit, and just kind of going over what people are saying, if it's going to be a broken card, what my personal thoughts are. But first, let's see what it does. Let's go with the basic art card. It's kind of cut off a little bit, but it's indestructible. It's a 2-cost legendary artifact, Infinity Stone, indestructible. You can tap it to add a black, and then you can you spend 7 to exile a creature you control and harness the Soul Stone. And once harnessed, it has infinite ability, is active, and at the beginning of your upkeep, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. I know you guys can't see that, but we'll get into that just a little bit. So what are my thoughts on this? I think this is a very powerful card. In Commander format, I think it is going to be a staple in basically every single black Commander deck. If you're using black, you're going to be using this card. Now, why do I think that personally? Okay, one, it gets you mana. Okay, I mean, those are always good. It's a land, plus it does more things. Okay, and I personally value 2 drops quite a bit, especially one that gives you, you know, a black mana. Okay, now it has indestructible too, which is also just a very powerful effect, and a lot of opponents might have difficulties being able to get rid of it. And by paying the 2 mana here, and eventually with 7 mana later down the line, you get a very powerful effect. It's always going to be good no matter what time of the game it's going to be. And I think with that flexibility, it's going to be very, very strong, especially since its effect is very powerful too, depending on how you build your decks. But like I said, I mean, even if you get just 1 card from your graveyard every single turn, that's still a very powerful effect. All right, so let's just take a look at the other, you know, artworks here. And this is obviously Thanos, so that's really cool. So let me know what you guys are going to be chasing. I mean, this one's my favorite. I think it's going to be the favorite for most people, but I think it's just a very nice showcase of what the card looks like. Okay. So let's just take a look at what some comments are saying, and I'll be going more into some of them, the comments specifically. And just a warning, obviously this is Twitter, so a lot of people will be cussing. So if you don't like that, I wouldn't watch the remainder of this video, because there's going to be quite a bit of that. This gentleman here says, okay, this is cool. Hype is cool, but I want to point something out. This is a really tame ability, like 8 mana and a card to do what 7-drop enchantments already do is fine. The most impressive thing is that it's a mana rock. I like that we can have something iconic but not be completely broken. And I understand where this person's coming from. I mean, but the fact that it gives you a black mana, and granted, it does cost 9, but it is indestructible, and you can have that flexibility with being able to get it out on an earlier turn and then spending 7 mana down the line. Plus, we'll be going into some cards later on that he's kind of talking about what 7-drop enchantments are. Spoiler alert, while they're good, I mean, and I get where this guy's coming from, it doesn't have the indestructible tag. And I mean, since it's 7-drop, it's going to be very powerful and people will target that. But since it has indestructible, you know, the Soul Stone has indestructible, it's much harder to get rid of. And I think that's very valuable in and by itself. So we'll be looking at this guy's comments too. Papa Joe Pa right here, Friendly Fire. He says, yeah, I'm definitely going to snag one of these Soul Stones. The card with Thanos is sick. I know some people don't like the fact that, you know, it's not really magic. And this isn't really the purpose of the video, but, I mean, let's be honest, it is getting a lot of people into the franchise. I mean, look at the Final Fantasy, for example. But that's just my 2 cents on it, but that's just a brief take of that. But look at Josh here. He says, so this basically goes into every black deck, right? Yes, Josh, but onto something. being at mythic level and having such an upside effect, I can't imagine this card being cheap, which is a shame. Still real sweet to see the Infinity Stones, excited to see the rest of them. Yes, I absolutely agree with them. I mean, like, with it being such a powerful effect, and, you know, I mean, Commander, every single card in your deck has to be unique except for, you know, lands. You know, I feel like it's just a staple. You just have to have it. I mean, just the effect is just too good. The fact that you get, you know, just one black mana and being able to use its ability later on down in the game, which Commander games can go on for quite a long time. You know, it's powerful, and it's a very easy ramp tool. Especially in the late game, you know, you're able to get your powerful creatures out, and if people kill them, you can come right back. It has indestructible, you know. Let's take a look at Mike's here. Since the Soul Stone just got teased as a black artifact, here are my guesses as to what the rest of the set would be if ever they do the rest of them. They're going to. It's clearly with the promotional video. I mean, it had like the 5, you know, the gems, I believe. We'll be going over to this a little bit. We'll just take a look at one more. Is this a Soul Stone from the SBE Spider-Man MTG set real? Insane Chase auto include. 100% agree. I mean, I don't know how expensive the Soul Stone's going to be. Obviously, they're not out, but I think it's going to be reasonably priced. At least this one right here. Indestructible, such a pain to remove. I agree. I hate to say it, but that art for those 2 special editions look great. They absolutely do. Like I said, I'm a big fan of this one on the right here. So let's take a look at this person's comment section. Don't worry, the other 5 will be broken, probably. I think it's more good than tame, to be honest. Activated at instant speed, end of turn effects, and you get an indestructible Shieldred effect. And yeah, we'll be going in over Shieldred, and we'll also be going over these cards too. Half of Shieldred. What I'm saying is that it's 8 mana to do that, which is pretty normal and is limited to your own library. I think that it being instant speed is paid for by the fact that it's an additional mana and creature to do that. And let's be honest, I mean, this is black deck, so I mean, you're going to be utilizing the graveyard quite a bit. So I don't think that's a downside. You know, later in the game, your creatures are going to die. You're able to bring them back. So find one mana rock that does anything close to this. I get that people are trying to temper expectations with this, but it is at worst a mana rock that like 16% of decks want, is useful from turn 2 till the end of the game. So let's take a look at someone else's. This is Star City's game, and I took a look at some of the comments beforehand. And we have Pete here, and sorry. I mean, it's just, especially for like the casual player, it's just kind of funny what, you know, people say. And I don't know, this could be a bad card for all I know, but it certainly seems like a must include in black decks. And, you know, don't shoot the messenger. I like it. I like the regular version the best, and that's fair. I mean, the regular version, this one right here. See, there you go. At the beginning of your upkeep, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's a cool art. They're all cool artworks. Let's be honest. Infinity Gauntlet winning condition, that'd be fun. You know. We'll be talking about these 2 cards in a short second. They want to sell the set. Honestly, not a card is interesting me so far beyond this one. Okay, that's fair. The last ability is 2 push, regardless of how flavorful it is. It's a Shieldred Light, like her new Fire Exia card, just minus the auto sack. This will be used mostly in Dimir Golgari. And let's just take a look at these cards quickly, just so you guys can understand what they're talking about. So first off, we have Virtue of Persistence. It's a 7-cost enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a target feature card from a battlefield onto the battlefield under your control. I mean, granted, this does include, you know, opponent's decks, but let's be honest here. This is a 7-cost enchantment. In that part of the game, there's going to be definitely some enchantment destroyers, okay? And most of those won't be able to work on the Soul Gem or the Soul Stone because it has indestructible. And I mean, granted, you pay 2 more, but it also, you get like a black mana. And I mean, if you put it out on turn 2, I mean, you ramp up, you already get its value. Here is Dexter's Knell. This is going to be a 7-cost card enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a target creature card from the graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. I mean, same exact logic for this one. Darksteel Ingot. This is a combination. That one guy was talking about of this card and the previous enchantment, and it's indestructible. I mean, if you combine those two together, that's 10 cost. So, and it, it's already better than that. Granted, this one also has add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. And then this is Shield, that everyone's been talking about. 7-cost Swamp Walk. At the beginning of your upkeep, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, that player sacrifices a creature. Obviously, a lot of similarities. Not going to deny that. But people will be destroying this card. It doesn't have indestructible. It is a 6/6. And, I mean, that's less. Like, usually, 7 mana is probably going to be 7/7, 7/8, something like that. But it's a 6/6, so it's going to be easier to destroy. So I think in conclusion, I think the Soul Gem or Soul Stone is going to be just a staple because of how hard it is going to be able to destroy. Even if you don't get its effect out, I mean, you're able to still get mana through it. And I don't know, it seems just common sense to me that this is going to be obviously an auto-included, just black decks, because it does have that potential game-winning effect, being able to get, cards from your graveyard onto the battlefield, especially in the late game when you have powerful creatures in your graveyard. And since it's black, you'll be able to also just take care of everything in late game. So that's my own personal thoughts about the Soul Gem, and I'm curious to see what you guys say. Of course, I'm going to be doing the other gems when those, or sorry, not gems, stone. I apologize if that upsets people, but just try my best to make content for the people. But that's what I personally think. Let me know if you guys disagree with my take, if you agree with my take. If you disagree, why do you think that? And of course, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tutor out.